So, a video has gone viral this week from the other brother and the other girl's visit to Wales. And if you come across that video, I need you to watch it carefully because there is so much happening in 40 seconds that it would take a therapist an entire session to unpack. And when I first saw the video, there were a couple of things that I saw but didn't really register. Then I went back to see it again and I thought, oh my God, this has happened in broad daylight in front of us and no one in the press is actually mentioning it. Meanwhile, if it was Harry and Meghan, it would be wall-to-wall coverage. But let's proceed. So here's the scene. I want to set the scene. We have a group of young school children who have been standing outside in the rain. Nobody knows exactly how long that they were out and waiting. But one thing we do know is that the children are wet, they are cold, and they have clearly been there for a while. And then the other brother, he walks past them, but then he decides to circle back and go and greet them, which sounds lovely. I thought it was a great thing to do. And it also sounds very warm, very spontaneous, and like a genuine human moment. But here is what actually happens. Before he walks over to the children standing in the rain, he walks past them and goes back and approaches his wife. And then he reaches out to take her umbrella. Not to share it with her, not to hold it over both of them together, he tries to take it from her. When I first saw it, I thought, did I see what I just saw? So I had to watch it again. And he wanted to take her umbrella just for himself so that he can walk over to the wet children while staying dry, leaving his wife standing in the rain behind him. But of course, the other girl, and as I said in my previous video, she was white-knuckling that umbrella because there is absolutely no way her wiglet is allowed to look like a rat's tail, because that's what's going to happen if the rain got on it. So she did not let him have that umbrella. She was white-knuckling that umbrella. She said, no, not today, Satan. You ain't getting this umbrella. And that small moment, that tiny domestic negotiation was caught on camera. And that tells you almost everything you need to know about the dynamic between these two people. But let's start with the children, because the first children's reaction when the other brother approaches them has been noted by people who watched the clip, because there was no delight, there was no excitement. It was just a blank kind of wariness from a person who's been standing in the wet weather for quite some time. And they're thinking, okay, we've been standing here to meet these people that we do not know. And again, when you think about it, this is a photo op that serves the adults around them far more than it serves the children themselves. So the kids were cold, wet, miserable, and thinking, who is this person? And as you can imagine, they are children. They do not understand anything about royal duty or press schedules or the importance of being seen to be engaging with Welsh communities. They understand that they are cold, they are wet, and the adults who have made them stand outside in order to talk to this man and this woman that we do not know from Adam. And here's the thing I've seen other people say online, and they said, well, they're children, they're not going to melt in the rain, they play in the rain all the time. But that is their choice. If it's raining and children decide to go outside and play in the rain, that is their choice. In this situation, the children had no choice. They were clearly not playing in the rain. They were clearly standing there, lined up there at attention in order to receive these two visitors. And we see clearly a couple of photos of children clearly in distress, crying because they are in the rain and they are wet and cold. Now, we saw the other brother circle back, not because he forgot something, but maybe because somebody thought it would make a good image, a good photo op. And the spontaneous return to greet the children may not have been spontaneous, because nothing on a royal visit is ever spontaneous, because the schedules are packed. They only spend a limited time, and within that limited time, they know the photo ops, they know the points they want to hit. So, even with the choreography, the umbrella moment actually breaks through, because that was real, that was unscripted. A man instinctively reaching to take his wife's umbrella from her so that he himself will not get wet. There's no gallantry, there's no protection of his wife, nothing, just sheer self-preservation. And this, for me, is where the emotional intelligence becomes absolutely important, because you are the future king. You are on a visit specifically to show your connection to Wales and its people. And the children have been standing in the rain to see you. So the most natural human response in the moment will be to get an umbrella or two umbrellas, hold it over the children, or you forego the umbrella and you go talk to them to show that you yourself do not mind getting a bit wet. Because connecting to them should matter more than your comfort. That is how you build connection. Those are the human moments that Harry and Meghan do so effortlessly. What you do not do is try to take your wife's umbrella so that you stay dry and everyone else can get rained on. Unbelievable. And it's about, in my opinion, being willing to stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder with people in the same uncomfortable situation. But yeah, I'm afraid that the children standing in the rain, they already know this. But unfortunately, an adult of over 43 years old, he doesn't quite get it. But again, let me have your thoughts in the comments, please. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur, or rather The Luxpreneur. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and follow me. And to support my work in holding truth to power, please buy me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Elizabeth Solaru. Or you can pick up a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, from Amazon, Waterstones, or Barnes & Noble.